If you're a mom who needs just one night that's all about you, I need you at Mom It Ain't Easy, the Mommy Collective Summit on October 1st at the Mayfield in Chicago. We're talking incredible food and drinks, local vendors, live music, amazing raffles, inspiring conversations, and our signature panel featuring moms who are building careers, businesses, and lives they love. Plus, I'm excited to announce that Anna Bellaval will be joining us as our surprise guest for a live conversation and audience Q&A. Trust me, you don't want to miss this one. Grab your tickets now at themommycollective.com. I'll see you there.
Welcome to the Mommy Collective. I'm Paulina Rowe, radio host, TV contributor, writer, and mom of one. This is where ambitious moms come to keep their identity intact while navigating motherhood. Here we talk about the real stuff: career, money, relationships, identity, and everything that gets messy in between. You won't find sugarcoating or cliches. What you will find are unfiltered conversations, real resources, and proof that you don't have to lose yourself to be a good mom. The Mommy Collective is here to remind you can be ambitious, you can take up space, and you can thrive in motherhood and in everything else that makes you, you. Before we get into the episode, make sure you're following the Mommy Collective on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram, and share this podcast with a mommy in your life who needs a little inspiration or just a reminder that she's killing it. Also, don't forget to sign up for our newsletter and leave us a review so we can keep showing up and reach every ambitious mom out there doing big things. Let's get into it. It's Mommy Collective, another episode, and I'm so excited for my guest today. I have Vany Hernandez, a style coach, joining me right here on the pod. How are you today?
I'm great. Thank you. It's so great to be here on this beautiful day. No rain today, so that's good. Sunny.
Yes, it is gorgeous. I'm so tired of the rain. I'm sure you agree. It's becoming a lot. So
and the thunderstorms. No joke.
The storms are like really bad this year. I don't know what's going on. I'm very convinced something's happening. I'm like, this is not normal. But you know what? Today is beautiful. Let's hope it stays like this. So thank you for joining me on the pod today. I would love for you to tell us a little bit about yourself. I know you're also a mom as well. So give us a little bit of a background about you.
My name is Vany Hernandez, which is short for Vanessa, as I was telling you earlier. And that's kind of my brand name. And I am originally from Belize, but have been living here in Chicago since 2004. So, a lot of years, half of my life here, half of my life in my country. So I got here in 2004. I married to also a Belizean guy, and I have two kids, two boys. One is almost 17 and the other one is 11. So busy mom of two boys. And when I came here, I wanted to just do something else. Of course, I started like a lot of immigrants, doing like cleaning and nannying and those kinds of jobs. But I knew deep down that I just did not want to stay there. I wanted to do something else because I've always been really great at school and I really have that ambition in me to just do something else, right? So I started personal development journey. I started doing network marketing that led me to become a life coach. After doing life coaching, I was doing it, but I still have this in me that, I want something related to like style, fashion, clothing, because since small, like I've always loved, I know it might sound like, as a little girl, I love playing dolls. But really, that's one thing that I really remember, like going to one of my aunt's house, and she would have like all these gala dresses and glittery shoes. And I have these vivid memories of me playing with those, her clothing and her shoes. So that really was in me. I was like, everything led to like, sometimes they ask you, like, what's something that other people ask you that it comes out easily to your, they look for you. It's like, okay, the clothing, it's like, does this go with this? How does this look? So it's something that's naturally, And so I'm like, I tried to combine it with the life coaching and it was doing okay, but I still felt like, okay, I want to do this more like on its own, right? I was trying to combine it. So that's what led me to like start taking courses, educating myself, investing in things that led me to, now here as a style coach. So, which also has been part of my personal development because to me, it's not just about the clothing. Like, yes, that's what the clients want. Like they want the pretty outfits and, the clothing and everything. But first, like for me, it's so important that it aligns with who you are with your essence, because I can give you, like, anyone can give you like an outfit. Like, you can go to the boutiques, you can go to the department stores, like anyone can just give you, right? But really digging deep and really being able to find those things that make you unique and makes you you, and then just bring that out, that makes a big difference. So
Yeah.
the style, the clothing, it's a tool, but it goes beyond that.
Yeah, no, 100%. So I feel like you really do emphasize and focus a lot on helping high achieving women, right, build like a very intentional wardrobe. And I think that's something that I personally struggle with. I'm very upfront and vocal about that, dressing with purpose and presence, just kind of leaning right into like identity, confidence, motherhood, which is like very much what Mommy Collective is, and kind of like our audience. And and that's why I thought you'd be so good for this episode. So I kind of wanted to talk to you about that when it comes from a mom such as yourself, because you are a mom, but you also have this business, this passion. I mean, obviously something you're like super good at, you know what I mean? And I kind of wanted to dive into your entrepreneurial side as well, right? So what do you feel like as moms, right? Because a lot of times, what happens is we have a baby or we start a family, right? And then a lot of times we put ourselves in the back burner, right? Like with the last ones, like getting new clothes, new whatever, right? The shoes, like sometimes we are the last ones, and that's just kind of how it happens. And I'm so aware of that, but for a mom who might be listening, who feels like she kind of lost her style after having kids, where should she even begin? Like, what is your advice?
My advice first is to have grace, on herself, because sometimes
That's a great
it's so
answer.
hard, right? So hard. I mean, you just brought someone to life, right? Everything's going to change, not just your body physically, but also emotionally, because your body has gone through a process, and everyone goes through it differently, right? Some people get it really hard, like postpartum and all of that, and others is just part of the process. So first of all, yes, have grace on yourself. You just had a baby. There's going to be changes, all kind of changes. Sometimes we have the support. Other times, some moms don't have any support. So it will look different for each one of them. But I think when she's ready, right, to find herself again, to find her style again, I would really recommend that she starts very small. So, and I shared this in another YouTube video where I was also a guest. Like, if first you used to just stay in your pajamas, okay, so now, take off the pajamas and put on like a t-shirt or a pretty blouse that you like, different pants, don't stay in that. Like, start really small, right? Doing something small is going to, you're taking care of yourself, but it's going to tell your mind some way, like, I'm starting to work on myself again, on taking care of myself again. So, comb your hair, put on makeup or something, a lipstick, something really small that's going to help you feel better. And it's going to give you that momentum of like, wanting to do a little more next time.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Literally start small. And I feel like that's a great place. Like, honestly, even like taking a shower might change the game,
that's something else I would say.
Something like, no, that's, I think, great advice.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to lie. I'm probably not going to run to like Nordstrom tomorrow, right? And come back with like, it's starting small is just the step. You will get into the stores. You'll get all the clothes. You'll get there,
And what will work for you? Because, I mean, let's be real, like social media, like shows like everything's so perfect.
Oh,
You're like, how does this mom, she just had a baby and she looks like that? Like, well, you don't know her lifestyle. Maybe she just does it for the picture. Maybe she has all that like help at her house, but your life may look different from her one. So, the comparison trap, sometimes you can fall on that. So just do what works for you.
100%. I love that advice. And what about like the idea of even getting dressed or getting dressed up, right? Why do you think that getting dressed makes women feel so emotional, especially moms, right? Why do you think it brings that out in a lot of moms?
Well, I think a big part of that is because the body has changed.
That's honest.
Because now doesn't matter like if you're, used to be skinny or not, like it has to change, right? Like, cause you just had your baby.
Yeah.
So definitely it's going to like stretch out somewhere. Like for me, it was mostly my belly because I always been so skinny. Like it was like a round, really like a soccer ball.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Your hips, right? Like they'll get a little bigger, of course. So I think it's that. It's like looking in the mirror and seeing that, okay, I'm not a size 2 or 0 or 4, whatever you were before having a baby anymore. So you get
Yeah.
very emotional, plus all the emotions that come. I think the hormones and all of that, something must have happened or happens inside the mom's body, that after the baby, it's all mixed up in there. So I think it's a mix of everything, of like all those emotions plus seeing your body differently.
Yeah.
How it brings that, like, kind of like some moms do lose themselves in the process, because now you're not the first one, right? Yes, you're gonna take care of yourselves, but like you said, like, we get lost because now it's the baby we have to take care of. Like, in the first thing
Yeah.
in the morning, like, he's gonna cry, during the night he's gonna cry. First have to tend to the baby.
I mean, it's honest, right? Like,
Mhm.
we do kind of put ourselves on the back burner in one way or another, and it just does naturally happen. 100% agree. So then, kind of speaking off of that, I think with style and like our own personal fashion, I've always felt like there's seasons for everything. Like, it changes, right? Just as people, as women, as human beings, we're constantly evolving, changing, right? Like, what I wore, 15, 20 years ago is going to be different than today, whether that's because of like style, of what's considered in
Mhm.
style, right? Or because, like you said, my body's changed, or maybe like I've just changed. And
Yeah,
like
you like.
now I'm more, right. I'm more like, oh, I like the comfy stuff now
Yes.
more. This color, whatever it might be. So I'm curious, what are some signs that your closet might no longer be serving you, right? For the woman or the mom that you are today? What are some
Yeah, so
signs?
one of my messages, and when I talk, is like, I help you build an intentional wardrobe for the woman that you are today, right? Because
Mm,
you've evolved, like you said, we go through different phases in our lives. It could be motherhood, it could be a career, it could be you moved somewhere else, it could be you got married or divorced, different things, or your style just evolved. Like, first you used to like florals. That's what I'm talking about myself, because I used to be such a pink girl. Like,
yeah.
I used to love pink. I mean, I still love it, but it has to be like certain kind of pink. But I used to be really everything pink, like florals. And now, like, if you see my closet, like, barely anything floral.
Yeah.
So now I've evolved. My style has evolved. So some of the signs are definitely that, like, you fight so much more with the wardrobe now. Like, the women we always say, like, we have nothing to wear, right? Although the closet is full of clothing. But I
Yeah.
think literally you feel like, oh my God, I have nothing to wear, because maybe some or most of the clothing in there no longer aligns with you. Maybe you have clothing from when you used to work in the office, and
Mm,
now maybe you've changed, pandemic came, now you work from home, or you are, just doing something differently, but you still haven't done like any kind of like replacing items or things like that. You haven't taken like the time to really go in there and see what works, what's no longer working, all of that. And of course, then it's gonna feel like you have nothing to wear, and you're gonna be fighting more with your closet because you haven't done that work. So that's why, as you evolve, your wardrobe also has to evolve. And that's where, I come in as a style coach, as a personal stylist, like, taking a look at, like, okay, what does your life look like now? How is it differently?
yeah.
So transitions, different phases in your life, right? In your lifestyle, how you've evolved, and also in your own style. So you can feel like, okay, I used to be in style, we have different style personalities and how we describe them and how you want to show up, right? That's part of the work that I do. And sometimes maybe you used to be a very romantic girl, which you like florals and pastel colors. But now, as you've evolved, like you said, it changes. Now you're more of like a very, casual, natural, right? You enjoy more like t-shirts and jeans and sneakers, things like that. So
Yeah.
every style has their own unique pieces that represent it. And it's so great when you like understand your own style and the pieces that represent that. And that's because then at the end, you start investing in those things that align with your style versus doing what we have been conditioned to do. Oh, that's on trend. I'm going to get it. Oh, I saw this girl with this pretty outfits. I'm going to get it. I saw this influencer recommending this. I'm going to buy it. And then you start just piecing together things that don't necessarily sometimes like identify you, you know? And that's the reason everything becomes like consuming and a piece here and a piece there. It doesn't have any strategy behind or any intention behind.
No, that's so real. I never thought of it that way, honestly, until you explained it like that. But that is very true. And what about like being intentional? So speaking of that, you know, the go-to pieces. I know like I've heard that term a lot, and I'm sure you have too. But I'm curious, like, if you were to name five go-to pieces right now that every mom listening to should have in their closet, according to Vany right now, what would that be? Like, if you were to, if you had to pick, okay, every mom 5 pieces, and they could be anything from purse, shoes, you know, a black simple T-shirt, whatever.
Well, focus it on moms. I don't like to be the one to. I'm not the kind of one stylist who will say like, these 5 things you need to have, and you know why? Because your life looks different from my one.
Yeah.
Like your lifestyle is different, right? But I'm going to try, right? Something that can be a little general for moms, because of course moms can much relate than if I was to say, I don't know, a lawyer, right? Or someone working in the office.
Makes sense. Yeah.
So for a mom, because you have to take into consideration the lifestyle, what she does during what does her week look like, her style, her body shape, you know, and then if you want to add colors, which is that's like something, you know, if you want to add it, mostly the style, like style, personality, body shape, those are mostly important, the lifestyle. The colors, like color analysis, that's kind of like an add-on. You can still have those other things, you know, that's just a plus. Some of the things I would say, just, you know, to give it here, I would say definitely a great pair of jeans.
Everybody should have that. I agree.
Yes. And if it's a dark wash, so much better, because dark wash, it always like elevates the outfit, you know, versus if it's like wash, it gives that like more casual. So the dark wash, like you can, you know, use it with sneakers and it's still gonna look great. But if you are going for a date night, let's say like you put on some heels or something more dressier top, then it elevates the look. Versus if you had like a dressier top with like a faded wash jeans, you know, like kind of, you can picture the difference.
Right. Yeah, true.
What else? I would say like a relaxed white shirt, like button shirt.
Oh, okay.
Because that one, you can use it button, you can use it unbuttoned with like a tank top, and you leave it unbuttoned, and then you kind of like, you know, pull it to your elbows. So you can use it different ways. You can just like wrap it around your waist. You know, you can use it on its own with like some trousers, with jeans, with shorts. Like you can really use it differently. So I would say those 2. Well, a bag, of course, a neutral colored bag.
Okay.
So that would be either like a taupe or black or like beige, kind of like that.
Okay.
And then I guess depending on the weather, right, where you are, let's talk right now maybe about the summer. Well, of course, a great pair of either sandals or flats. Okay. Especially for moms, right? Preferably if it's flats, like pointy or rectangular versus like round, you know? It just gives it more like a little more modern. And then the sandals, of course, depending on what you like, neutral would be great too, or like some like gold, you know, like those gold colors, either black or black or gold, like metallic gold, or like beige, taupe, again, like neutral colors, because you can love it. And then what else would I say? A nice pair of earrings, you know.
I hear that a lot. I know. I have like none. I'm so bad. I have my ears, but I don't have any earrings. But I feel like that could really just elevate a look, you know?
Yes. I know some people don't really like accessories, but even if it's okay, maybe you don't like accessories. Okay, maybe just bold lip color, right? Or pick one thing that can be kind of like your signature. You know, maybe for some it's earrings, for others it might be a necklace, you know, things like that. Again, depending on what your style is, because I won't tell you like wear big statement earrings if your style personality is very like casual, natural. It's not gonna feel like you know?
100%. What's like
Mhm.
one formula you feel like would be a staple for like a mom? If I was to be like, hey, give me like an outfit, one outfit formula that never fails, right? And we can say mom for this example too, for the sake of just keeping, more general. But what's like kind of like, I don't know, like your formula for a perfect outfit? If I was to be like, hey, I'm going out tonight with the girls, what
Yeah.
should I just throw on?
Well, I think that you can go wrong with the dark wash jeans, good fitting
Hmm.
jeans. Like
That's I hoping you were gonna say
if
that.
you're
Yeah,
gonna invest in a jeans, invest more, always invest more in like your basics, which is like your
I
good
hear
pair
that
of
a lot.
jeans, your trousers, your, shoes that you're gonna use a lot. Yeah, invest more in your basics. And then those like trends, if you wanna, when trends are on and you wanna try something, you can like go cheaper for that because most of the time the trends won't stay, right? It's just something that, comes and goes. So yeah, definitely would be the jeans, the dark wash jeans, and a really pretty blouse. That's where you can kind of show like, okay, a little more about me, about what you like. So
Mm-hmm.
if you have like a favorite color, go with a favorite color you have in your top. And it could be just a plain top or it can be a buttoned top, and then of course some great heels, at least some kitten heels.
Yeah, yeah, no,
Yes,
that's
because you don't
real.
have to go with like, I think as we get older, well, I'm gonna be 43 in September. So as we get older, like you don't want to be with your super high
No,
heels.
no, I don't. I was about to say, you're speaking to me. I'm a kitten heels lady.
Yes, I feel so comfortable with the kitten heels. It's like not flat, but it's high enough for me.
Totally. Okay. I
Yeah.
like that. That's a good formula. Okay. And again, doesn't seem like that's even like anything crazy where I'm like, where can I find jeans and a shirt? Like they're pretty
Yeah,
accessible.
yeah. Just don't wait last minute, of course, right? Try to find, like, as I'm talking, if you listen to the podcast, like, take that time when you're ready, right? To go and try the different jeans, take a look at
Yes.
the mirror in the fitting room, see how it fits, That way, when you find the good pair of good fitting jeans, good quality jeans, you're not like, trying to find it for last minute.
Yeah. Yeah. No, 100% agree. I'm so bad at that.
Yes. Yeah,
Ooh.
because it has to be for your size. If you're tall or you're short, you might need petite. You might need, maybe you do need regular, but still you have to know like your inseam, like, you want it
Mhm.
full length, you want it cropped, you want it, and
Yeah.
so it all depends on what is it that you like, and also while taking into consideration your body shape and those things that you want to highlight, those parts of your body. But yeah, just having a good pair of jeans, like dark wash jeans, that's really one of my big recommendations to the moms to have. And if you don't like jeans, well, maybe try a pair of trousers, good fitting trousers, like a little, wide
Hmm.
leg, like slim wide leg, I would say. Because,
Okay.
again, depending on your body, if you're like very triangle, which is thicker on, your hips, you might not want to go super wide. So just something more slim,
Yeah.
but
No,
still
that
have a little wide leg there. Mm-hmm.
totally makes sense. And what about, for a mom who might be more like tighter budget or just like really doesn't know where to start when it comes to shopping? And she might not want to spend, I'm
Yes, I
making this up,
understand.
$200-300 on jeans, which by the way, there are
Mm-hmm.
jeans that are great that are not just $3. So everybody knows we're $300 jeans.
Mm-hmm.
But where can a mom who's listening, where can she go? Or what do you recommend? Like, where do moms like me, right, who I'm like, well,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to spend like crazy money, but no, we can find good deals. Do you have like go-to stores? Because like one thing I'm not gonna lie about, and I'm so honest, is like,
Yeah.
do you remember like back in the day when we used to shop at like Charlotte Russe and Forever
Yeah.
21? So, okay, so
What
I didn't know.
feel, what
Yes,
feel it is to shop here
Charlotte
at the, yeah.
all of that. And I didn't know at what point was I supposed to stop because like in my high school days I would go there, Discovery,
Yeah.
and you can get like a shirt for like, whatever, like
Mm-hmm.
$8 and it was great, life was great. But then I was like, I think, and this is no shade, I'm just being honest in my experience. I was like, well, I think maybe I'm a little too old for these stores. But number two, like the material after
Mm-hmm.
one or two washes, it would just was garbage. I'm gonna be so
Yes.
honest. So my question is like, as moms, right, who are again not trying to spend
Mm-hmm.
$300 a pair of jeans necessarily, but you get me. Where can we go? What stores? And then on top of that question of what stores do you recommend? Are there certain sales we should look out for? Like are you a fan of certain yearly sales?
Yeah. No, I understand that part that you said because I think we all started there, especially, well, if you grow up when I just came here, like I was like, oh my God, the malls, we don't have that in Belize. So I got so crazy with
Yes.
without those stores like Charlotte Russe and Wet Seal and I remember the other name, 579, I think was the other one, and Discovery. I would really just back there. But of course, right, as you evolve and you grow, and of course, what I do, like I educated myself, and the more I do this, and the more I surround myself with stylists and, all of those things, I'm learning. So no shame again, like we said, those who buy there, but we're buying fast fashion, right? That's what it's called. Like it's fast fashion, like the material's gonna be different. Of course, it's going to feel and look different, and it's only gonna last for so long or so much because that's why it's cheaper, right? So yeah, I think the things, if you want to invest or start, investing, it doesn't have to be like you said, super like going to $300 or even $200, because not everyone can afford those kinds of prices. I would really recommend going to like the stores like Marshall's, TJ Maxx, those, you can really find great pieces there if you are patient, right? Patient enough to look at what they have, try it on, because you can really find great pieces there. Depending, again, the only thing is they don't carry like, let's say, petite or tall, right? It's more like regular size. I don't think I've seen any petite because I buy petite for myself, but sometimes you can find some regular pieces that might fit your petite size, depending on, or your tall sizing. Yeah. So yeah, be really patient, but that's where I recommend to start. Nordstrom Rack too.
I love Nordstrom
great
Rack.
quality. Still sometimes not the Nordstrom price, but still the brand and the quality. So, I've learned that, and you can see the difference. Like you invest a little more, especially in the basics, but it lasts more. You feel different when you put it on.
Mm-hmm.
You definitely feel different when you paid more and it's a better quality. And then you show up differently because when you feel great, you show up confidently and you show up great.
Yeah, 100% agree. And honestly, too, I mean, like, this may not be the best tip, but something that I do that, like, I'm not in Nordstrom Rack, right? So I don't go into the stores often. Well, once I'll really live by one, but like, I will pass one sometimes. I think it's at Oak Brook where we live by Chicago, right? So, like, I think Oak Brook, there's one that's not too bad. And then, like, downtown, and I work in downtown, but I'm not going to go to Nordstrom, to be honest, because I'm like, okay, it's too far, whatever. I'm out of work. I'm trying to go home. But what I've been doing is I'm online shopping, and I know that could be really hit or miss, then I can't try things on. But I will say, as a mom, it does, like, I'm going to be honest, and you might not like it, but like sometimes it's like sunglasses or like a purse or something, like I'll get a good price on it. And like, I love me a clearance section. They even take out more money. And I think you have to spend I did it today, $89. Free shipping.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many things, and keep track. Like that's why write a list. Like you see that, okay, I need a good, pair of jeans or white pants or something. That's why it's important to go through your closet, like at least twice a year, like when the season changes, because that way you can see like what's missing. But then, have like a list, and that way keep track. For example, when it's like Labor Day or 4th of July or Mother's Day, like, those stores like always kind of like give sometimes some discount or something, or they have a special going on. So you kind of watch like for those things that you are looking for, right?
I think that's so smart. Because again, like building your closet, or let's call it, building, your new wardrobe or whatever it is, like, you're right. I don't need to go buy it all today and pay full price. Like you said, like watch for the sales, check different stores, right? If you can go in, like you said, try it on, because that'll save you. And I'm going to be honest, I'm the worst at that. So trust me, I know firsthand because I'm always returning.
I have some friends who's like, I'm so bad at returning. I'm like, oh my, she's like,
I love returning stuff. It's like
first one.
But people do, and guess what? You're wasting even more money
because that it's been more than 30 days. You can't return it, and it doesn't.
It's a whole thing,
Yes,
100%.
I
But no,
agree.
I love that. I highly recommend, like, yeah, keep an eye out, put alerts if you have to, like, just keep
Yes,
an eye out on
yes.
these prices.
Yeah, but
I,
definitely I'm all about like getting them on, less than the full price, of course. Who doesn't want that? Who doesn't like that, right?
I love
Yeah,
a
so
sale.
definitely that. Yeah, the department store, well, like Nordstrom Rack, which other ones? And yeah, I mean, just really look like you can really find good deal online. Well, I do buy mostly online, honestly, because for my sizing, petite, that's where I find more than in person. They don't really have a big for petites. And if they have, it's like really like limited styles.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Makes sense for sure. Yeah, I'm an online girl, but
Yeah.
yeah, no, that's wonderful advice. And then
But try
for
to find, try to find those stores too that they have like the physical, like start with those. Because if you have to
yes,
return it, then let's say they have a Loft somewhere. If it's Zara, they have a Zara somewhere.
that's smart. No, that's really
Mhm.
smart. 100% agree with that. And, for any moms, I'll definitely want you to, drop your social handle and all that before we wrap up. But my last question for you is, what is next for you, both professionally, right? As a stylist, as a style coach, but also as a mom. I know you're a mom of two boys, you mentioned, and I definitely sometimes I don't know how you do it. I have one kid, and I'm like, oh boy, this is so
I
hard.
know. I'm like, oh
But
my God, those moms that have 4 or 5, bless their heart. I'm like,
yes,
complete admiration to them, but I don't want more.
yes, no, 100%. So what is next for you? I know we're talking now, it's in the summer, it's the middle of summer, it's July, but what's next for you? Maybe it's this upcoming, year or next year. What do you have planned?
Okay, well, this coming Sunday, I do have like a speaking event, the Latina Boss Babes, and then I have another invitation in September, like professional moms I think it's Wheaton. But yeah, really just, I'm also taking a course to, enhance my skills, just give my clients the best of what I do and really being able to help them so much more in their wardrobe and their style and how they feel about themselves. And I'm always educating myself, always growing to really, grow my business, but also, how I show up and everything. So really just stay, because I'm a full-time stay-at-home mom. So, I'm the one who like takes them to school and, picks them up. So I am busy with that, but in between, I do my business. So really just do what I have to do from my part to keep showing up and staying consistent and just, taking the opportunities that are offered to me. Of course, that aligns right with my mom time and also with my values and, what I'm all about.
100%. I love it. So where can we follow you on social, on Instagram? If anybody wants to book with you directly, a consultation or a call, where can they do that?
Yeah, so yeah, you can find me on Instagram and Facebook at Style by Vany. So yeah, right, it's like how you hear it, Style by Vany. And yeah, just really send me a message. I'm really I like to have like a get acquainted call just to kind of know each other, nothing about like I just want to get to know you better. And then, if I see that it's something that you want to know more of how I can help you, then we book like another call just to talk about, how I can help you and just learn a little more about your wardrobe and style needs. But I'm all about connecting, really getting to know the person first, because for me, it's important that we're both a good fit to work
Yeah,
together. Mm-hmm.
100% agree. Well, thank you for joining us today. I appreciate you so much.
Yes, no,
No,
thank you so much. It was really great to be here, and I cannot wait for the event that you have coming up, right? The
yes,
summit?
October. Oh, the summit, yep, October 1st, in Chicago at the Mayfield. I'm so excited. We just announced a couple things. We have
I
more notes.
saw who's going to be there.
I know, yes, our girl Annabella will be speaking. I'm excited because she's great. She and I have done like some stage stuff, and we just have a good time. And we're too much sometimes, but it's okay. We'll have a good time. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. But yes, I hope to see you there, and I can't wait to connect again.
Yes, definitely. Thank you so much.